China's top spy agency says it exposes British espionage case. Russian missile kills 11 people, including 5 children in eastern Ukraine. Hezbollah commander killed in Israeli strike. U.S. facing emergency blood shortage. Peregrine lander. Time running out for U.S. moon mission. Tiger Woods and Nike end partnership after 27 years.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Wednesday, January 10th, and here are your top stories. China said its security agency found another incident of spying in which the British Secret Intelligence Service, also known as MI6, used a foreigner in China to collect secrets and information. The case by China highlights the ongoing heated exchanges the countries have traded over accusations of perceived spying that threatens their respective national securities. China's Ministry of State Security revealed on its WeChat social media account on Monday that a foreigner, only identified by surname Huang, was in charge of an overseas consulting agency. And in 2015, MI6 established an intelligence cooperative relationship with the person.
The agency did not mention Huang's full name, gender, or nationality, nor identify the company they worked at. According to the MSS, Huang started working with MI6 in 2015 on intelligence matters, with the British agency directing Huang to travel to China multiple times to collect intelligence and identify potential assets for it. MI6 provided Huang with training, as well as professional spying equipment for the exchange of intelligence and communications, the MSS also claimed. It alleged that Huang ended up providing Britain with 17 pieces of intelligence, including several national secrets. The news comes after China embarked on a months-long crackdown on international consulting firms.
At least 11 people were killed, including 5 children, after a Russian missile attack on a residential area in the eastern Ukraine city of Pokrovsk and a neighboring village, Ukrainian officials said Saturday. Another 10 people were injured, and emergency workers continued to dig through the rubble late Saturday, searching for survivors. The early evening strike, which Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said was fired from an S-300 missile system, is the latest amid an escalation in Russian attacks on civilian infrastructure in Ukraine in the past 10 days. Other major attacks in recent days struck Kyiv, Kharkiv, Odessa, and other Ukrainian cities, killing and wounding dozens of civilians.
Earlier Saturday, Ukraine claimed to have hit the Sake air base in Russian-occupied Crimea. Russia has also accused Ukraine of carrying out strikes on the Russian border city of Belgorod, including an attack December 30th that killed 25 people. Just after the attack, the Russian Defense Ministry said its air defenses had intercepted many of the weapons, but that several rockets and cluster fragments from a downed missile had hit the city. Last Thursday, the White House announced that Russia has begun launching ballistic missiles it received from North Korea at Ukraine. Anxiety has mounted in Kyiv in recent months as disagreements in Congress held up a much-needed U.S. aid package, which was tied to controversial border control policies. Lawmakers failed to come to any agreement ahead of their winter break.
The Lebanese group Hezbollah says one of its commanders has been killed in a strike in southern Lebanon carried out by Israel. Wissam Tawil was reportedly a member of the group's elite Radwan force and one of the most prominent Hezbollah figures to be killed in the current violence. The clashes have raised fear of a wider regional conflict. Hezbollah is an Iran-backed group that wields considerable military and political power in Lebanon. It is designated as a terrorist organization by Israel, the UK, and other Western powers. Its fighters have exchanged fire with Israeli forces almost every day along the borders since the start of the war between Israel and the Palestinian group Hamas in the Gaza Strip on 7 October. Israeli Prime Minister told soldiers stationed on the border with Lebanon Monday that he was determined to do everything necessary to restore security to the north.
Tawil's killing comes just days after Salah al-Aruri, the deputy head of the political bureau of Hamas, and 3 others died in a strike on an office building in Beirut, the Lebanese capital. Israel has not claimed responsibility for the attack. Hezbollah on Saturday launched a rocket barrage against an airbase in northern Israel as part of a preliminary response into Arouri's killing, which was followed by more intense cross-border fighting between the two sides. IDF spokesman Daniel Hagari said on Sunday part of an Israel base was damaged in the attack. Israel has responded by focusing on Hezbollah's elite Radwan forces stationed near the border. The IDF said Israel on Monday morning struck Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon after the group fired an anti-tank missile toward the city of Kiryat Shmona in northern Israel.
According to the American Red Cross, the United States is facing an emergency blood shortage, and there is a growing concern that the combination of severe winter weather and seasonal respiratory illnesses could lead more people to cancel their donation and that the shortage may delay medical procedures. The number of people volunteering to donate blood is at the lowest level in 20 years, and over the past 2 decades, the number who donate through the Red Cross has fallen about 40%. Data from the National Organization America's Blood Centers indicates that, as of Monday, at least 17 communities' blood center have a 1-day supply or less, critically low supply that suggests they need donations as soon as possible.
Dr. Eric Gary, a medical director at the American Red Cross, said that when hospitals don't have a full blood bank, patients who need transfusions may have delays, surgeries may be rescheduled, and it may result in more of a struggle for patients with rare blood types to find donors that match. In addition to donor numbers dropping overall, Gary said that since the COVID-19 pandemic began in January 2020, there has been a reduction of 300,000 blood donors. The Red Cross said it experienced a 7,000-unit shortfall between Christmas and New Year's Day, and challenges including respiratory virus season and winter weather could lead to more donation drives being canceled.
United States' first moon landing attempt in over 50 years faces jeopardy as a private company spacecraft, Peregrine, develops a critical fuel leak after merely hours of its Monday liftoff from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Pittsburgh-based Astrobotics is fighting a fuel leak from the Peregrine lander, which is making it harder to maintain stable pointing of the spacecraft. The firm said, "Certainly a touchdown on the lunar surface is no longer possible." A statement from Astrobotic read, "At this time, the goal is to get Peregrine as close to lunar's distance as we can before it loses the ability to maintain its sun-pointing position and subsequently losing power." The 1.2-ton lander was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, with the intention of landing on the moon's northern hemisphere in late February.
The company confirmed that the fuel leak persisted, estimating that the lander would lose solar power within 40 hours. The propulsion system issue threatened the craft's ability to achieve a soft landing on the moon, as it relied on engines and thrusters for maneuvering during both the lunar journey and descent. Astrobotics' contract with NASA for the Peregrine lander amounted to $108 million, with more funding in the pipeline. NASA has allocated millions to private companies, including Astrobotic and a Houston-based firm, to develop lunar landers. A second lander from the Houston company is due to launch next month. The intention is for these private landers to scout the lunar terrain and deliver technology, experiments, and miscellaneous items in preparation for future manned missions.
Tiger Woods' nearly 3-decade partnership with Nike Incorporated, which generated about $66 million for the golf legend, has come to an end. Woods said in a statement posted Monday on X, "Over 27 years ago, I was fortunate to start a partnership with one of the most iconic brands in the world. Woods, now 48, signed a 5-year, $40 million deal with Nike as a young phenomenon in 1996. A 5-year, $100 million contract followed in 2001, and his next pact with the athlete goods giant was worth $320 million over 8 years. He signed his most recent deal with Nike, worth $200 million over 10 years in 2013. As for what's next for Woods, he said, "People will ask if there is another chapter. Yes, there will certainly be another chapter. See you in LA." The Genesis Invitational Tournament, which Woods hosts, starts February 15th near Los Angeles.
The 15-time major golf champion has used the brand's products and equipment since he turned professional in 1996. In a statement via text message, Nike lauded Woods' impact on golf and the overall sports world. "We are grateful to have been a part of it," the company said. "We wish him the best in the future." The multi-million-dollar partnership that surged golf to new heights of popularity highlights Nike's deep history of building brands out of celebrities that go beyond mere endorsements. The speculation about where Woods goes next, possibly jumping to another brand where he can take an equity stake, also spotlights the changing nature of brand deals, with celebrities seeking a greater financial share in the businesses they promote.
The answer for yesterday was D, surveillance. Due to increased concerns about security, the government has implemented widespread surveillance in public spaces to monitor and prevent potential threats. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of U.S. facing emergency blood shortage. Number 1, respiratory, 呼吸的. If you smoke, then the whole respiratory system is constantly under attack. Number 2, transfusion, 追加投资,注入. The project badly needs a transfusion of cash. Number 3, shortfall, 缺口,差额,亏空. The government has refused to make up a £30,000 shortfall in funding. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's it for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune in to Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wei Li, your host. I'll see you next time.